Welcome to the corner. Welcome to the corner. Welcome to the corner. Welcome to the corner. It's the active quarantine. It's the active quarantine corner. Active quarantine. Active quarantine corner. Active quarantine. Active quarantine corner. Active quarantine corner. Active quarantine corner. Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome to the corner. You better welcome to the corner. It's Monday night. You better welcome to the corner. Man, it's Monday night. Welcome to the corner, man. It's Monday night. Welcome to the corner, man. It's Monday night. Welcome to the corner. Glad you showed up. Welcome to the corner. By way of Houston. Welcome to the corner. By way of H-Town. Welcome to the corner. Welcome. Glad you showed up. Glad you showed up. Glad you showed up.
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, we're gonna talk about it. I don't know where you go, but we go to it.
You know we gonna talk about it today.
All right, man.
What's up, fella? What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Actors Quarantine Corner. You know what it is. Every Monday night,
Yes, sir.
9 p.m. CST. It's in the CONER, baby. You know what it is.
Yes, sir.
That's corner for y'all.
I was about to say, not how you spell it.
CON.
C-O-R, huh?
Oh,
C-O-R. That's what I said.
Corner. C-O-N-E-R. Corner.
Cone.
I really C-O-N-A. It's on the C-O-N-A.
Corner.
I died. I brought
Corner is a different
corner. C-O-N-A. Actors Quarantine
corner. That's rhyme with Rome.
Catch me at home.
Oh, yeah. You talking about the corner with the Rona?
They got the Rona on the corner. They got the Rona on the corner.
No, I'm not making that song. I'm not making that song.
The Rona on the corner.
Not this
Rona on the corner.
Not
I
on-
bet you I can make some money.
No,
Not,
You don't think so?
not on this corner.
Damn,
This is a Rona free corner.
It's a Rona free corner.
This show is brought to you by a Rona free corner. And that's corner with C-O-R-N-E-R.
Well, okay.
And then
Joe went to a good school.
So did you.
College. Not today. Not today.
Yo, man, how y'all week been, man? How you been, man? What's been going on since the last time we seen each other?
Bruh, it's Christmas time. So nothing
Christmas
but
time, you know.
Christmas shopping, trying to find stuff, trying to get other stuff for this show. Just money going out of my wallet. That's all I know. That's what I've been doing this week.
Sounds like the holidays.
Oh, man, I know how that's going.
Sounds like the holidays.
What's going? What y'all been working on this week? Let's get into the work, man. What y'all been working on?
And
Last thing you worked on?
I was a part of a Zoom show by Vincent Victoria Productions. Shout out Vincent Victoria. The Christmas Slave narrative. I actually like slave narrative. It was basically just tied around Christmas. It was like the premise of the show was like interviews of a lady who interviewed like former slaves and slaves at the time. It was like a chronological order of that. But I happened to play like the most future part of that. I played Dr. Karanga, who is the inventor of Kwanzaa or creator of Kwanzaa. And basically it was just a chronological event. Like they would ask actual slaves, like what was it like being a slave during Christmas? Then they would go to former slaves and get their recant of, you know, like more past memories instead of like actual memories right now.
that makes sense.
And it goes, and yeah, it was a cool little thing, man. It was all filmed through Zoom, and basically like edited up, and it's actually out. You can watch it for the next 3 days. I think until the what? I don't know. I can't remember the date, to be honest. But y'all Facebook
Coming soon.
Facebook, y'all
Coming
go
soon.
It's on Facebook.
Facebook somewhere, you know, Chris Vincent Victoria Productions. He got a whole bunch of things going on.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to Vincent Victoria for giving me work. I'll be in his next
Cheers to
production.
everybody that give us work.
Boom.
KB,
Thank
God.
what you
Thank
working
God.
on?
Man, I'm in rehearsals for I Too Am America.
I too am America.
Oh,
Yeah.
you salute.
We trying to tell
I mean,
them what part of it.
I would have took a knee if we wasn't on this bill. I would have took a knee.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Started
I'm
rehearsal
trying
for
to get
that.
back up.
Yeah, started rehearsal for that. Pretty cool. Nice cast. Steve Scott, Rachel Dixon,
Okay.
Ray.
Okay.
Yeah, and me.
Okay.
So it's pretty decent cast, decent
I would
script.
say so.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'm really
So is this
excited.
going to be a virtual? Or
You know what? So it's kind of like they have an order of what. So they want to do audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they can't do audience, then they're going to record it.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to record it regardless.
They should. I think so. Should.
And we're going to record it, and it's going to be like
Thinking
on
about
video, on demand, or something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
And then they doing other performances, like if somebody wants to do outdoor performance,
Yeah.
want to bring us, or if they want an encore performance somewhere else to bring it somewhere, or if they re-show the video somewhere, we still can get paid for it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dope. So I think really it's going to be filmed and then going to be shipped out because I don't think we're going to have an audience anytime soon. I don't. But I'm excited for the
I
show.
wouldn't bet against the ensemble on that.
I don't know. They, like when I say they procedures for the COVID and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff, bro, they not playing
Oh,
no
okay.
games up
Okay,
there.
that's good.
So them not having an audience, I think it's okay.
Yeah,
for them 'cause
okay.
They don't want nobody. They don't want anybody to catch
I'm
it.
not saying they not gonna be safe, but they'll find a way to get some people in there.
Not playing okay.
Man, we'll see. Either way it goes.
Trying to get this money.
Yeah.
Money.
Well,
How was your week?
Man,
What you got?
been working a lot, bro. Been working a lot.
Tell us about
Doing
it.
porta potty commercials, bro.
Hey.
Checks.
I don't know if I'm supposed to say it, but yeah, United Site Service it's out there. It's out there.
Yes, I know.
Quickest money I've ever made in my life. I love this commercial money, man.
We out here.
I literally just had to act like I was scanning something, turn, smile at the camera, and cut. And the dude was like, "You're done for the day." And I was a principal role too, so I was like, "Oh, well, okay,
I'm
cool."
out. Thank you.
I had to find something to do with the rest of my day there.
That was easier than I thought.
So working on that, working with Wheeler Avenue Baptist Church in Third Ward, Texas, man.
Okay.
I was tapped to write their whole Christmas production and direct it and be in it. And so did all that, and I wrote it for stage, and then had to transition it to film because of COVID restrictions. We're not letting people in church, talk in front of each other. So got a lot of use out of green screen for the first time, and just saw
green
how that
screen.
works and the workings and the magic that you can actually make with that. And had many scenes that had groups of people talking to each other, but when we actually shot it, we weren't actually talking to each other. We were just talking different directions, and we would rotate the circle, and the camera would be on one person, then you run the scene again, rotate the circle, run the scene again, it's on a whole nother person,
Gotcha,
and then somehow they're gonna piece all that together. That's the thing about film, you don't know what it's gonna look like till it's gonna
Till you get it wrapped up.
Right.
So,
But so many moving parts though. All
so
of those
many.
parts
It's
have
like, but it's like a relay race. Like you did your part, you got handed off to the next dude. Now he gotta hopefully bring it home, and I know he will because they're beast with it. So just looking forward to that, coming out and being shown to the world. And then I did something else for their New Year's Eve, a whole George Floyd piece in front of the George Floyd mural
that's
in
dope.
Third Ward.
What's
Got to meet Big George Floyd. Got to meet his brother, his older brother, and some of his family. So it was a real cool experience.
Yeah,
man.
man. That's what's up.
Working.
Dope.
Working. We get back to it.
We working, man.
Slowly
back
but
to it.
surely.
Very slowly, but we get
Slowly
back to
but
it.
surely. Yeah.
So, man,
That's how it
what we
works.
talking about, man?
Oh man.
Man, these
Artists?
These artists.
Absolutely.
Are you an artist?
I'm definitely an artist.
Are you an artist?
I am an artist.
Because you say you an artist?
I'm an artist because of how the way I live my life and the things that I believe in my life makes me an artist. I'm a lot more freer and a lot more open and understanding in my thoughts and actions. So I was definitely born this way.
As an artist.
Yes.
Well, okay. I agree with that. I love everything you said about that. I think I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely an artist.
Based on the way I look at life and the way I take in my life experience and try to recreate them in different experiences within the art that I create. So I think that makes me a lover of art and an artist because you can just love art and observe it or acknowledge it and acknowledge that something is art, but then to recreate it yourself or to journey off and try to do it yourself and take that big jump or that big leap of putting your own stuff out there. I think that's what then makes you an artist. And then there's levels to that. After that.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
Definitely. I mean, I'm an artist because of the, like you said, the way I live my life, the work I choose to be in, let myself be a part of, the way I live my life. I believe I'm an artist and I'm a teacher. You know what I'm saying? I teach the art. You know what I'm saying? I live this art. When I leave from my actual workplace, I come back and create more art. Like, that's all I know. It's all I want to ever do. So that makes me a complete artist. So
Yeah,
for sure, I'm an artist.
Already.
And to me, an artist is a creator. So
Yeah.
if you're creating,
You're an artist.
you're an artist. That doesn't mean you got to create one specific type thing. Visual art, that's the type of art.
Yeah.
Acting, that's a type of art.
Yeah.
You know,
Poetry,
you
type
might
of art.
fix up cars. Like I've been looking at niggas fix up cars lately. That shit is art today.
Bro, it's such an art.
Bro, it's beautiful art. Fashion. And people, these what's that, Pyre Moss and Kith and all these other
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Facts. It's fire.
That shit fire to me, man. And so, and they artists to me. They not just designers. I mean,
Well,
just regular clothing makers, but it just that you could tell that it's an artistry about it.
Yeah, and
It's
they
a
part of the
artist.
culture. I think
That
the
they
artistry.
could say, I'm an artist. I'm not
Yeah.
just a nigga that print shirts.
Yeah, and that
or
part of the culture.
manufacturer.
Like, I don't think you can consider yourself a true artist if you're not a part of the culture and use your culture in some form or fashion of your art.
Yeah.
Whether you teaching it, doing it, whatever it is, as long as you contributed to your kind, your people, your culture.
Because
That's
art imitates life.
Facts.
And in lieu of that, so I think the whole reason why we're all here and what we're here for, so I pose the question, as artists, in hindsight of the show itself, what is your idea or what is your measure of success as an artist? What does that look like? What does being a successful artist look like to you? Whether that's monetary, whether that's family oriented, freedom to do your art on your own terms, like what is that definition? What does that look like? What is the idea of that? So
Man,
see if we can
success to me.
dive into that
Yeah,
and see
I'm
what we
with it.
can shake up. You
That's,
know?
to me, an artist, it's different levels. I mean, I think you shoot and if you're able to reach one level, I think then your idea of success and what you're doing changes.
Yeah.
So when I initially started, my idea might be I just want to be in front of 100 people,
Yeah.
and then I might have achieved that. Now after doing 100 people, a few times, my idea of success might be
A little different.
a little
Yeah.
bit. I might want, man, I need to be in 500 people in the big theater,
Yeah.
big theater,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so that's what your goal switches to and starts changing to. And for some people, it's just hitting that very first one and just laying out in that area. But for me, it's been reaching one point, living in that moment for a minute, and then thinking, well, now that I've felt what this feels like, let me see what happens if I go higher, or if I go this way, or if I go that way, to try to stretch how successful, or can I be successful in this area of this part of my field? So I might go into a different area, but it's just, to me, success it has to be a measurement for yourself. It can't be based on what other people do or have done, or trying to measure yourself up against other people. As much as we do watch it, I ain't gonna lie, I acknowledge and watch what other people are doing.
yeah.
But you see that more as a landmark or a benchmark.
Yeah, it's more motivation for me. It's more, okay, all right,
I can get past
cool, that's what it is. Okay, shit, let me get on my
look,
shit.
look,
So
I think we all should answer that, but I'm gonna try to just pop in and ask questions. Ask throw them back at me too. So,
but I want to hear what y'all.
yeah, definitely. I'm just trying to dig into what you said. Like, so if not watching someone else and their success is not like a measure of your success, then what does that say about the ceiling for you? You know what I mean? Because the idea is like that's why we have what we call like pioneers, or right? You know what I mean? Like some like person who pioneered because what they did. Now I know I can do it. But if they aren't the measure, then how do I know what I can do? You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
I'm just generally asking.
No, I'm not saying they. For me, I wouldn't say they necessarily would be the measure, but I love history, so I'm always seeing what the ones that did me, that came before me did. So it's more of a guide, you know, rather than I'm trying to measure up and make it to right here, because I'm trying. I don't want to limit myself, nor, you know, overextend myself either. So it's just like I acknowledge what they did, so I know what's possible. But I don't want to just think in my head that that's just how it happened for everybody either. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get into that too. Like, I try not to fool myself into thinking like, yeah, man, just go to the doctor, do like this, and you're going to be right where that dude is. Nah, because everybody's journey different. So I use them as a guide, but I don't try to limit. Or I used to try to say, yo, I'm going to do this, this, and this. But then God or the universe showed me, you know, no, you're going to do this. It turned out actually being bigger than some of the things I thought, you know, were successful. You know, bigger than just what I thought, you know, just having money success, you know, and actually knowing now that, oh, you leaving a legacy of work behind. You leaving a legacy of teaching or kids that you done worked with or taught or, you know, had an influence over. So it became a bigger success type thing for me rather than just being like, yo, man, I'm trying to be famous, let everybody know me, have some money, be able to take care of everybody, woo, woo, woo. I mean, that's cool. But the older I've gotten, my acknowledgement for success has been like a wider picture of what it is. Ideal. And that's based on people I've seen come before me and then adding on to that. So I don't say, you know, I don't use them. I don't be like, yeah, I'm shooting to do exactly what Wesley Snipes did, so I'm gonna go to the same school he did, I'm gonna do the same, you know, But I do acknowledge, you know, Wesley Snipes teamed up with such and such. They used to do this and this. You know, so that was smart. You know, I take and pick, you know, some of the smart shit they did. Denzel, you know, he studied this or he takes this type of route to get into a character. Maybe you should try that. It might not work for you, might work for you. So.
It might.
So it's just that. What about you, KB?
Man, what's your idea of success, man?
I think like initially when I got into this game of acting, my initial idea was to be rich, be famous, get recognition. And then I started to actually see the people that were being recognized, and they weren't the millionaires. They weren't the people that you see on the screen every day, but these were people that were really respected for their work and what they did. So when I started to realize that money not necessarily the ultimate goal, I mean, of course I want to be able to monetarily have a stable living and be able to use my art to continue that, you know, live comfortably, still be able to enjoy trips and do all that kind of stuff. But it's all about the work for me. Like how much work have I put out, the quality of the work, the people that worked with me, what do they say about me? Like you said, the legacy. It's the legacy. Like it just made me think about all the artists that have passed away. You know what I mean?
Cause you see how people start exploring all the shit they did, start reposting they stuff. It just remind me, it's all like, the scenes. So we go now, man. What work you done did? What legacy of work you leave, man? What would your students say about you?
Because it's funny. Because it's like,
what would your fellow castmates say about you?
Like you can say, like Dietrich passed away, right?
That's what I'm
hearing. Still to this day, now it's been a while. Still to this day, if you bring her name up, somebody's going to say something about her work.
Exactly.
Period.
And that's what you heard. I was at her funeral. That's what you heard.
Yes.
It was all each person got up there, man. When she was on that stage, about that work. About that work.
Amazing, man.
And that's success for me. Like when other people can speak for me and I don't have to say a word, and it's all good things based off my work and how I come into this craft. That's success for me.
And I can agree with that. I think I'm not gonna say legacy, but I think that idea of success is like when it's over, the only thing you have, like whether my career is over or my life ends, like the only thing that's left over is what you've done. That's it. Like nothing else of you is left behind, except for the memories of who you are, the type of person you are, and more importantly, what you did. You know what I mean? So, excuse me. So success for me in my craft, just me personally, is like, I just want to be remembered as someone who did damn good work all the time. Like all the time. Like that boy don't never stop working. Like I think we said it last week. Like I'm shooting to be the James Brown. Like I'm trying to be the hardest working man in show business.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be the Chadwick Boseman. Well, he did like 6-7 movies and like title biopic movies and including, you know, Black Panther within a matter of like 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean? Like he did like 2.5 to 3 movies in a matter of 2 years.
And that's all we speaking about after
And,
this.
and it's his body of work because he did damn good work and he did a whole lot of it very quickly. You know what I mean?
And it's still living on. Like,
he played James Brown
that's
himself. He
Ma
did
Rainey
James
come out.
Brown, Ma Rainey. Y'all
Yeah,
gonna
I
watch
already
that?
came back.
I ain't watched
Ma
it yet.
Rainey.
I ain't watched it yet, but I'm gonna go catch it probably.
Yeah.
But
Levy.
as an actor, I'm very like into, you know, August Wilson. Like I know his shit. I know his things, his
All of
great
them.
American
Yeah.
theater,
Facts.
his shit, his stuff. I know all of it. So, you know, just being a black actor myself, I'm very familiar with it. And I'm excited to see how much of it is like the actual script. Can I ask you that now?
You be interested to see they
Is it really
They took
verbatim?
some leeway. They not just in the recording studio and the practice hall the whole time.
Of course.
You get to really see
that's what I
the
wanna
city,
Living.
Chicago, Illinois. You get to see the people in that
But
time.
are they there speaking lines?
Yeah.
Okay, see.
And some of it is voiced over, so it's not. So you playing with that line, so it's
Playing with sound
the
design.
voiceover
So
of that long monologue, but
And if it's on stage, it would be the sound design.
It ends in the spot where it usually is. I
Okay.
would say that.
Okay.
So it might start you off as you're going through the city and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You hear the beginning of that monologue, and you
Okay,
get to see
yeah.
something that you.
Then
On stage, it'd be a visual,
Yeah.
and then they would
You right,
come up
yeah.
on the light with
Yeah.
the old man with Toledo saying the last
Gotcha,
part of
gotcha,
this.
gotcha,
You know
gotcha,
what I'm
gotcha.
saying? So I think they did some real artistic things with it. I just like seeing the August Wilson brought to life
Man,
like that.
like
It's just
in real life?
Now everybody's getting to see this shit that all the theater geeks been knowing about for years.
Yeah, but I mean,
Like,
think
we
about
been-
it. As a
been
man,
theater like, man, this shit is like real life.
I gotta do one of these. I
If
gotta
people
do
would
one of
just see
these.
this as a show, man.
But think about it, just like American theater is like there are cult classics, and as in Black American theater, it's the same thing. You got 18 Marvel movies. Now think about if you were to expand August Wilson's legacy into movies. That's a 10 set of movies, right?
Right,
there.
then they're gonna run them.
But think about that. But like think about the work that has put in or that can be put in there. Like you can create that. That's the whole legacy right there. Like is that success? Does that
And it's
define
happening
like
twice. That's what I love about
August Wilson
These
is?
plays
Have been running for 20 years.
That's what I'm saying. They influenced the generation
On
that August Wilson was in while he was alive.
On
And
stage.
now they being recreated as movies to influence a whole
Younger generation.
other younger generation that can be like, yo, this is what old time for my life is like.
Yeah.
You know, now we ain't gotta watch old ass white shows and white movies and be like, well, damn, what were black people doing in 1936?
Facts.
What were black people in Chicago in
Yeah.
1930, such and such? Now you go see these August Wilson movies, he putting you in each decade. Now you know what the fuck black people were doing.
Spiritual.
Now you see what kind of life they was living the same fucking lives as
Yeah.
white people. They was having their own fun. They had
Yeah.
clubs, they had bars,
Everything
they had
that
all
they
this
had, we
hip hop.
had.
But they leave all that out when they do the white movies and the white TV shows. Like we just was nowhere to be found in that time period unless we was in somebody's kitchen or something. But
Serving
so-
something. Yeah.
So I'm glad that these are being recreated. and that
I'm
people
excited, man, and my
I
hope
just can't
is
wait
to
till
do
they
one
get
of
to that Jimmy.
Nah.
I hope I'm still able to be young blood.
Man, I want to be in one of them. I don't even care. I don't even care. I need to do one of
I
them.
don't know if you ever gonna
I'm
see
like,
this.
when did they even say the audition?
Man,
Man,
I'm saying it's like
I wanna know
it's like
when the
Denzel
audition
done got all these hoes in
If
the
you're a
cannon
casting
already.
director or anyone that is connected to the August Wilson cycle produced by Denzel Washington,
And you
or
happen
whoever
to see this.
or you anybody,
Denzel got the rights.
please call
You
me.
got all the rights.
All of them.
Send me the email,
Please.
and I will be
I will
there.
try.
We work for our food. We big affiliate, baby.
Oh,
yeah.
we work. Don't let the corner fool you.
And that's for Houston too. Whenever y'all got auditions and y'all really got a nice budget and y'all got some real good content in your movies and shit, hit us up. We gonna come audition.
Hey.
I bet you
cast us for something.
Promise you.
Something.
Gonna get that work.
I might not fit your lead character because of some tall ass lead woman you got, but
But you gonna put me on
fit
something.
something.
Facts. Big facts.
Will work.
So does that make you a successful actor too? Now, do you need to be in a movie?
I mean, like we say, I think it's
a level.
all.
And yeah,
I think it's very, no, it's subjective. That's a very
That's true.
subjective.
It is.
Because I know some people that's like, not till I'm in the movie. I'm not.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it's subjective. Like it's up to you what you define that as. You said that.
Exactly. But what do you
like
think movie actors look down on people that spend their whole life doing theater?
Yeah, because theater actors look down upon movie actors. Yes, they do. It's the same way.
I don't think
we
so.
are all stage actors.
I think, well, from my experiences with the movies, though, the people that are individuals that do movies all the time super respect the people that do theater stuff.
Agree.
'Cause when they in there acting, it's a totally different game than what they use.
Agree. But,
So
but
those
I'm
are
not.
my experiences.
I'm not saying that they don't like. It's a catch-22 to everything. So you got some people who do respect stage actors, and you got some people are like, you in my world, let me show you what to do.
Or they try to hit you with, don't do all that stage stuff.
Yeah.
It's like film, so, you know,
Yeah, you
keep
cast
it
me?
natural.
Like,
So,
did you cast me?
keep
Did you cast me?
keep it a little natural if you can, you know. And it's like, man, I got this, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
The same with that. But then I think theater people try to do that to film people. Like, you're gonna have to speak up a little bit.
But you gotta speak up. You know, that's facts. You gotta open your mouth. Speak up.
Because once they say, oh, here come this film person to come do this show with y'all, we like,
We do.
is he gonna be talking all low?
That's right. That table read says a
That
lot.
table read, what he be doing?
So I was there, like, so this be like, bro, I can't get this nigga on.
I don't know what is he saying?
Bro.
But at the same time, you stage actors be going to them film table read. Yo, I was there. Like, yo,
They be like, whoa, whoa.
the camera's right here. We got boom mic.
Please don't look at the camera. Please don't look at the camera.
So you want me to look here?
Please don't look at the camera. Please. I said you should look to the left of the camera. Okay.
You want me to look
Like
here?
this,
Like this.
like this.
Like
Goddamn stage people.
because you have to have a focal
I
point.
gotta have
I want to stay at that focal point.
How
you want me
But does it not look like I'm looking past the camera?
I just need you to do the line.
Am I back?
No, it doesn't look like I'm looking past.
Hey, look, the camera is going to catch everything it needs to catch. I just
Yes.
need you to do the line.
Am I opening enough?
Don't worry. No, you're fine. You're
Am I
fine.
opening enough?
Just take it up. Thank you for coming.
Okay.
Thank you. Get out.
Thank you. Like they got me to work. Like I done a movie and somebody was like that. Like we're literally having a profile scene and they're like, and it's like they can like the camera sees all of that, especially
You cannot hide. Like
you look more nervous. Like on camera, you look more nervous in your performance when your eyes are shifty. That's what I learned. Like when your eyes are very shifty, and I have extremely shifty eyes because I'm a very damn good stage actor.
True.
If that makes sense. As an actor, like
It does.
I see things on stage. I see everything. While I'm in tune, and I'm always.
That's me.
observant
Me and you get
of
that note.
everything
Yeah,
that's
that's my
happening.
shit.
You know what I mean?
Stop looking in the crowd, y'all.
Yeah.
I watch the director.
I'm looking at everybody. I'm looking at
All my
everything.
directors.
I
Stop
can
watching
see
me,
people,
Joe.
You know what I mean? I can see people. I see things that are on stage that could or should not be there or should be there.
Yeah.
Like I'm just looking around.
Damn, they really
We
found
all
that
okay.
picture of
Yeah,
mine today.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do that too.
God damn, how many damn pieces of bread he give us today? Damn.
And that's what's funny, bro. This off subject, but it's kind of like the stage manager asked us a question today. and then it kind of shows you what type of actors you work with. It was like the question of, well, I give notes at the end of rehearsal. Tech has notes, and then actors have notes. Would you like yours separated or not, or how would you like us to do it? You know me. I want to see all the technical stuff, so I know what's wrong, anything crazy. If I know a prop got to be there.
Give me all that.
Other people were like, no, I just want my notes. But I'm like, all of that is your notes. You know what I'm saying?
I need to hear what she telling you, because that shit might affect me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
But every actor is different in that aspect. Like what you need may be different than what I need, because I may not see the whole thing like you guys do. I just focus on my character. So it's different. It's difficult. It's different.
Nah, that's dope. Hey, look, man, we're gonna take a quick little break here, man. 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Oh, okay. Well,
Man.
but so what about TV shows?
What about
being in TV shows?
Yeah.
I mean,
What if you do that all your life and never do a movie?
I mean, if that's what you want to do. I mean, some people
Is that
don't
the
wanna
same
do
as
it.
being a college football coach and never being able to play, never be an NFL coach?
Nah, because some people
I know Nick Saban is
Yeah,
happy that a motherfucker.
Why would you want to go to the NFL? Like you make
He tried it too. He like, yeah.
I mean,
more than an NFL
you
coach, but
you make a lot more money being a NFL coach. Period. Now, a college,
depending on the school you work at, falls.
A college,
Falls. I'm the
you said
football
school.
guy.
You said school. I'm talking about NFL. Alabama.
You said NFL pays more. It depends on the school.
No.
Absolutely, bro. Nick Saban probably makes more than the Cowboys coach. I mean, the Texans coach right now.
That I
Emil
would
Cremel,
no,
probably.
that I can let you make it on that because let's be real, Nick Saban is somewhat of an anomaly at this moment. You know what I
He's a
mean?
legend already. He can have a statue now. He's just not done.
Yeah, he then the twin Harbaugh guy left Michigan, went to NFL,
Jim Harbaugh.
and then come right back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did better in the NFL than
He did better in the NFL. He just got fired.
Yeah.
But John Harbaugh is at Baltimore now. Yeah, and was the former coach at no, I'm sorry, the one that's at
John
Michigan
is the
is
one
the
that
one
just
who
left
was over the 49ers
Yeah.
with Kaepernick.
Yeah.
Kaepernick's
He
era.
took them to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And then he
Kaepernick.
slept at Michigan. So it just, I know some people like the dude off of Friends, with Ross.
Yeah.
He didn't really do good in movies to me, but he was excellent for TV
He was
to me.
excellent for Friends.
So I feel like he was successful in that aspect,
Yeah.
And I know y'all spoke on this, but does being equity make you successful? Because I know some actors, stage-wise, don't feel like.
And I mean, it goes the same for SAG. Like you could, if you're a film actor, like SAG. Now, for me, in my career,
I feel you get a little more leeway in SAG.
No, I feel like the levels increase. Like life is all about evolution. Like you gonna always fucking evolve. You know what I mean? Like everything keeps fucking happening regardless. And like for me, at one point in time, just doing the shows that I was doing, like hell yeah, being equity was the goal. That was my idea of success. But now that I've reached that level, now it's always the next step up. So now, what is the increased level of success further than what I've already gained? You know what I mean? Like
we talked about it.
Once I go up, now what's the next level after that?
So what is that in equity?
In equity, I would believe getting, consistent Broadway contracts. That's what I say. Like becoming equity, getting consistent work, being able to do equity shows and get equity pay. That's the level, right? But to do consistent Broadway or international shows, that makes things different. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that's how that works.
Okay, I can see
Y'all,
I can see
well,
it.
thank y'all. We'll be right back. We got to go get some beer, and KB about to go get it. So we'll be right back. Dusty ass. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Now we back.
Hey,
I really wanna go get a beer. I really wanna go get. Y'all ain't drink y'all beer. I should drink one of y'all. Shit. Y'all gonna drink y'all shit?
Nope.
She just asked y'all that. You straight?
So we just did an hour, huh?
30 minutes.
We only did 30 minutes.
I never stopped recording, nigga.
Bro, I swear, I calculated that we started on, that's why I say,
I don't know what time. I ain't
We
gonna
started
lie.
way before 9 o'clock.
yeah, we started at like 8:36, I thought.
Yeah, it's only been 35 minutes. It's still recording now.
Yeah.
We was moving through them conversations, topics.
Yeah.
But it was good though. It was good.
Yeah.
So when we come back, I'm gonna pose that resume question.
Yeah. Man, what you doing?
Yeah.
So my lead director said that in a meeting, and then they cut him off and were like, "Nah, we want to start it now." But I'm like, "Why do you have say so? Y'all ass not even at the school with us. Like you're not up there dealing with the COVID with the kids. We are. We should have the final say so. Your opinion should be secondary. You're not even up here." You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
niggas
And then on
not
top of that,
sidewalking.
you said something about I gotta take care of my mom. We ain't never heard nothing about your mom the whole time I've been at that school.
Fuck Brady though.
All of a sudden you gotta take care of her. So the only thing I knew you had was a dog. So yeah, so you know, that's the only thing I've been dealing with. Everything else I'm just Kool-Aid. I'm not gonna make it different.
See, because you came in, because I actually met the dude when I went up to, I can't remember the name of that store, but he was like, yeah, I just left that position or whatever. It's like this old, cute little white man.
Mhm.
Just left. But, you
You're
have
too
a
short,
department. Your department has been, and I'm like, nigga, I'm just here until I graduate.
Yeah.
So I cannot do, the kids don't speak English.
Oh wow.
I have maybe 2 kids that come in person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what the fuck they expect me to do.
Yeah, that's
like, there's
crazy.
nothing for me to do. There's no department to build.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
I mean, that should definitely take leeway right now with the circumstance we're in with the pandemic. Ain't nothing we can do. I mean, if the kids are not there, there's nothing we can do. And if it's only 2 or 3 of them, and then those 2 or 3, one of them can't show up after school because his parents worried about COVID, even though they send them to school, what you want me to
anything
do?
or write anything?
and
Like
then
I wrote
I'm
that.
starting to
Like,
realize
that's
that
just
I have
anything.
kids,
But just the
they
people
have like
that-
these weird, some people is Hispanic or some type of, Mexican something, Spanish. But
anything
what I'm
going on
realizing now is that they're
Yeah,
not
but
even Hispanic.
anywhere, like
They're
they
not
can be
Mexican.
inserted in the show. Like
It's
shit,
another
you could
country,
write.
but it's not
Yeah.
indicated of
Yes.
Spanish speaking. Like they don't speak Spanish, they
Question mark.
speak. It's a dialect.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I'm just
talking
not
about here,
these are
I mean,
not
and then-
like regular.
Yeah,
Hispanic
South
people.
American Hispanic people.
Like it's a dialect. I think they call it like Czech or something like that. or
Oh
something like that.
wow.
I think we should flash like random.
We back on?
Well, no, I mean we still recording, but shit.
Random like.
I'm getting all this on purpose though, so I can,
Oh, okay. Cause
I
I'm
can
like,
play with.
huh?
Cause what I'm thinking is
Check your
like
breath before an audition.
breath mints. Definitely breath mints.
Flash another one. Make sure you're flying shit.
Well, I could do that in editing. But I mean, like as far as being live.
I don't know about being live. I don't know. I don't know. I might not understand what you're saying either.
All right, be quiet. What you about to do? Are you
No,
gonna smoke
yeah,
the weed? That's the weed you brought to smoke with everybody?
No.
Oh, all
They-
right.
Yes,
Bye.
every year. Everybody.
Okay, all right, goodbye. We about to start again. So
I got a cold head.
shut your
You're
mouth.
like Jesus and turning
Shut your
loaves and
mouth.
5 fish and bread.
Shut your mouth.
With the fish sandwiches.
All right, let's get back to it, KB. Yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we back, and 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 we back, with our beers, with our beers, and our beers, with our beers, with our beers, welcome back, with our beers, with my ear, with our backs, got that beer, hey, got that beer, back, got that beer, got that beer.
We back.
Sponsored by Rick Room Arts Theater.
Yes, sir.
Sponsored by Rick Room Arts Theater. Rick Room Arts Theater. At the and you know we in this bitch, and we back, and we back, and you know we in this bitch, and we back,
Yeah.
we back.
So you know what we're gonna be. Welcome back. Yeah.
What up?
So let's pick up where we left off.
Right where we left off, man.
Get right
We're
on
talking
into
about
it.
levels of success and how it has to be, up to your own opinion of what success is. And so, which leads me into this next question, which would be great for this, because taking that to account, which opens us up, and we basically can't ask everybody, what success, because it's going to be based on them. So
Yeah.
if you were to die right now,
Okay.
Lord, knock on wood, it's not going to happen. And Lord, we superstitious and Godstitious, okay? But if you were to die right now, are you happy with the resume of work that you already have? Could you be like, did this.
You know what?
I'm good.
Hey,
I am
you know
okay with what I put out there.
That's real.
You know what?
I think of that song.
I'm very pleased with the work that I've done thus far. Like my resume is really, really like fucking phenomenal. Now the only thing that I don't like is there's still things that I know I want to do and roles I want to play that I haven't pursued yet. But if I had never died today and couldn't get those roles, I think my resume would still hold some weight. People be like, "Oh, this boy got that work in, and he played some nice characters, and and he was actually the lead. Oh, he was actually yeah." I think my resume is solid as far as theater is concerned. Not movies, not TV, not commercials and stuff. I still got to work on that. But as far as stage, I think I got a nice resume. It just shows that some August Wilson pieces that I still
Yeah,
want
and it's not measuring up. It's would you be happy?
Would I be
You know?
happy? I mean, I wouldn't know I'd be dead, but I think I'd be happy with my.
I know. I'm saying you did, and you looking down, and they
looking down.
dissecting all your work.
I think-
Could you
I
sit
think
back
I'd
and
be
be like,
I think I could.
you know,
I think I.
I mean,
I think I could.
that's another subjective answer because it will vary so much. You know what I mean, from person to person. Because depending on that level or that idea of what successful is, because if your resume does not
well, I don't want you to look at
imitate,
success. Would you be happy?
That's what that's what I'm saying. That ain't that what's gonna make me happy. Be doing the shit that I'm trying to do in the right way that I'm trying to do it. That would make me happy as hell.
Yeah, but if you die with your
if I die right
Yeah.
now, I would not be that happy because there's just too much left on the table for me to do.
Gotcha.
And I'm way too like it's just like satisfied, okay with it. Yeah, I would be like okay with it, but not happy. You know what I mean? Like not like I know I did it all. Like I did it all. I left it out there, and you can see it. Like I got a lot of shit to do. Like I got a lot more shit to do and a lot of more shit to conquer and to let it all go right now, I would not be that happy or satisfied. Even though I think other people would be happy with what I've done. But I think me personally, I'd be I feel like I just fell a little short because there's just way too much more for me to be doing right now. Like way too much more.
I say, and before Joe answered the question, I say I would be happy in the sense of the work, but like I say, it's always more to it than just the work. Like if I had all this work, but I passed away and my family still was in debt super crazy and stuff like that, that's the kind of stuff that would make me say I'm not as happy because my art couldn't necessarily pay for everything that I needed to.
And so for me, then, I would be happy. I'd be happy and content with what I've done already because I know I always try to look at it as like, man, it's been people like, you know how we go to them ensemble auditions. It's people that's there every year.
Yeah.
They never get picked. And I'm sure their goal is just to get on one show at the ensemble, just to be on that one main stage that I grew up doing. So I look at it as like that. And I've been on there so many times, you know, I look at it as like that's home. You know, it's almost taken for granted. Not saying that I do, but, you know, it can be looked at it like that. So it's like, for me, I'm happy with what I've done in the sense of I know I don't want to take for granted that this just happens to everybody, that you do get to have a career and work in almost every theater in your city, travel and do art, even end up at the National Black Theater Festival doing your art, and doing a podcast, like all of that shit. Like, you know,
You got a nice
I don't
body
take
of
like
work.
it's not a lot of people that just, you know, have done that or have set themselves up in a manner to do that or keep exploring. Even at our age, a lot of people have tapped out.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying, and gone to do what they consider regular work jobs. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm still doing a regular job, but I ain't never gonna give up this art.
And it's just finding.
It don't matter what I
It's
do.
just finding the balance.
Never.
But I'm happy with what I've done. I think I still like Brandon. I want to do a lot more. I got my eyes set on a lot more. But if it was to just end tonight, I could sit with the Lord and be like,
You saw my show? You like that one played that role?
and that's the thing about this. It's
I
a
would look at
moment.
the Lord and be like, Lord, Come on. You know I got anybody else know I got some more to do. I know you know. Like, why now? So
And so I gotta look at it like the Tupac thing. Like Tupac knew he ain't know, but he figured he wasn't gonna be here forever. But he figured he was gonna spark the next nigga
Yeah.
that took it to the next level.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who we could say that is. And Kendrick Lamar, somebody else, somebody I don't know, but he had made up in his mind that it might not be me, you know, and that's how I gotta look at it. Like, Lord might have set me up to work with these kids or to be performing in these sets of spaces, you know, in Houston to influence maybe the nigga that is gonna be the one
That guy.
But as long as I'm here, I'm going to try to be
Work
that
out.
nigga. So, you know, but
hey,
definitely happy with what I've done so far and the direction I'm going now and the growth that I've reached. Like if I could have the knowledge that I had now at the beginning of my career or the beginning of when I first started taking this acting, like I'm gonna do this for life, for a living, I'd be way further along, but that's just growth. So I'm happy with the growth that I have achieved and the direction I'm going. So if it was to stop, I could be like, cool, but like Brandon, like,
Yeah, but
yeah, man.
But
Give me
only
a few more years, you know.
But only stop because of
Just
that.
bring it back,
you know,
one more
and like
time.
how I'm
Just
feeling now, it's like almost like, you know, in that Nipsey and that Pop Smoke and that King Von and that era, like, right? You bubbling, and you about
hype.
Yeah.
and then
And it's like it's not that you didn't do great things already. It's just the fact that
You didn't get to
you
enjoy
didn't.
I think Nipsey a great example. Like, look what he-
like you didn't
Pop
even
Smoke didn't
get,
get
you
to
didn't
enjoy
even get to like live. You did not even get to explore that greatness. Like you knew who you were. The world just found out. But nobody actually got a chance to see what that greatness would look like if it was developed for a longer period of time and was able to reach the masses.
like
you know
for
what I mean?
Nipsey, that nigga
Like, if
resume started speaking for himself. as soon as
Exactly.
he passed.
Like think about it, man. And to be honest, let's be real. Nipsey only dropped one real studio album.
And that's what
that
I'm
was
saying,
Victory Lap. And you know what I mean? For him to have the effect like that, and I think about if he didn't die for the next 20 years, what he would or could be right now, or how he could have changed shit. You know what I mean?
I mean, how he
For
was
the next
already
20
changing shit.
Exactly.
But he
That
was
just in
already
1 year.
changing, but-
that was within 2 years. Like, so if he could have had 20
And
instead of
that's
them
going
2.
on with that spark because even in his death, it blew it up a lot quicker than what it was
Yeah, and I
going
think
to.
that was another thing about it too. I think you gotta give your people your roses while they're here. You know what I mean? Because
That's actually starting now.
Yeah, but he got a lot more roses in his death, just as most people do. You know what I mean? Than actually in his life. So that's just.
Cause I just feel like when people living, man, you just going and going. Like he ain't even had time, and then once it's just like if he would have been around for this stop of time with the pandemic, then I think people would have started to been able to give him his rose. Like, cause that's what a lot of people doing now because the world stopped. But before, I think the world, everybody was in their own little world, just going. And then somebody pressed the fucking pause button on everybody. And everybody got a chance to be like, well, what the fuck am I doing?
Who are you?
Who am I now?
I've been with you for 4 years. I don't even think I know you.
That's exactly what the fuck is going on.
I don't even think I know myself anymore.
You getting to know your kids, your spouse, your lover,
all of that.
You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all got stuck at home with your real families.
And your other
family. Other family been wondering where the fuck you are. You've been gone 9 months.
You probably got a girlfriend and then you got a baby mama and some kids.
I got a whole nother family.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga married and everything.
He got 2 jobs for 2 different families.
That pandemic fucked it up.
That boy got 2 jobs.
That had 2 families, bro.
Remember
family.
Who you gonna quarantine with? You remember on what was that? Everybody Hates Chris? Tashina Arnold, her famous life. She was like, I don't need this. My husband has 2 jobs. I don't need this. Like, so that's pretty much how that worked out.
All my people that had 2 two families. Which family did you pick to quarantine with?
A family or side B
The
family?
one that had the best
Side A or B family? Which one was it?
the one that had the best kids.
Nah, I think it was the one that
I'll
had the
be stuck in the house.
best wife.
Oh, I know what you're going. I know what you're going.
It was the one
I
that
read
had the best
That
wife.
nigga nose twitched, and I got it with exactly what he was saying.
That's the one that he went to.
Yes.
But if you need to know, or if anybody's asking, it's always the one with the kids or the best kids. But you got a lot of little baby's kids running around
Yeah,
here.
it ain't no
Or Sheila's kids or Kayla's kids. It don't matter what her name is. Baby,
It's a lot of
KK, Lily,
Whoever it is, get your
Tutu.
kids.
Get your kids. Go get your kids out the street.
They on they,
Get your kids out the street. Get your kids out the
parents
street.
is dead. They parents so bad right now. They ain't never had to do this much parenting in their life.
Bruh.
They been sitting in
That's
motherfuckers.
real. No, that's for real. That's for real. That's for
Hey,
real.
do you know how hard it is to parent?
Like, think about it. Nobody, kids go to school for 8 hours. Parents go to work for 8 to 10 hours.
And then they meet back up.
And then they meet back up, right?
What you do today?
Quarantine,
What you do?
like, some people started working, some people didn't. But guaranteedly, that's not a real word. No. I say it all the time because I'm really trying to make it a word. I don't know why it's not a word. I went out there with that. Guaranteedly.
That's
Guaranteed.
Guaranteedly.
You put a D in it.
Yeah, like you did. Holler at your boy. I say it all the time. People like, that's not a word. I be like, actually, I know that.
Guaranteedly.
Though. Like I do know that it's not a word. I say it on purpose.
guaranteedly.
I actually just did.
You did.
I
Now
actually
do it
just
again.
did. Okay. So what I'm saying is the thing that we know guaranteedly is that for at least 3 months, family and children have been together all the time, all day. Guaranteedly. Okay, I'm gonna spell it out. for you.
Please, you're gonna have to spell that for me.
Get out the way, Joe. I'm trying to spell it.
I'm trying to see it.
Guaranteedly. You saw that?
All right. We
Okay.
gonna
do the syllable.
understand.
I'm gonna make it up.
And the bouncing ball.
Oh, damn, you want me to do the phonetics and
Bouncing
shit
ball.
too? You know what? I might have to do that to get in the dictionary though, right?
That's one.
I gotta have the phonetics of it and everything.
You're gonna run with it. That's
No,
the day
they're not gonna let me
It's
in
the day
They're
word.
not gonna let me in the dictionary.
It's the day word.
I'm trying to get in the dictionary,
It's
man.
dope and it's safe.
I don't care. I like.
Yeah, these
I like
vocabulary words they making up, bro.
Hey, hey,
Hey, get you one, KB. Get you a word.
Bro, y'all
guaranteedly.
No. He had another. Brandon had another one last. Like
I ain't
two
know.
episodes.
fabulous and
You-
No, you had
ain't one. I
yeah,
can't
back when it was
remember.
like a mixture of fabulous and magnificent or
Fantabulous.
nah, it wasn't that.
You wasn't the first person to say that.
I know.
Now,
His thing now.
First nigga said that.
the first person
First
to make
nigga that
it.
said that was in there. Where the money reside?
Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside?
Fabulous.
God
Have
damn.
a fantabulous sale.
I don't even know what to say. First of all, it's funny as shit.
It's funny.
But I can't. I'm tired of
But
hearing
it's
it.
flooded my timeline.
Oh my
Bruh.
god.
I'm like, everybody want to put it.
Okay,
Everybody.
in the pants? Can we talk about the? You know, listen.
I didn't see the pants. I was too busy with the money.
Nigga, you saw the pants. Nigga, you saw the pants.
I'm not.
You
First
started
off,
paying.
I want to talk about a nigga hopped out of the trunk.
That's where I'm. You cannot see the car at, bro.
Where the money reside?
He came up. He said it's online. He asked his own question. Where we going? Where the money reside? Where the money reside? Where the money reside?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then what is this job?
That-
What?
Give my line.
No, he said it himself.
Where we going? Where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside. We're having a fantabulous sale like that.
Let me say, you say you 400.
$600.
Like, why does the money reside there? I'm about to come here and buy a car.
I'm going to Louisiana.
You know
to buy
what?
my next
He
car.
probably not lying.
I'm
But the
going
money
to buy
resides
my
there.
car
No,
from him.
goodness.
The money do reside there because they taking everybody's money when you come buy the car. So the money clears.
This is where it resides. I don't know what they got to do with selling cars,
Right, bro.
but that is where the money
And
resides.
he is on fire. It's
I-
popping right now.
I want to go where the money resides.
Buy
But
it.
if I'm buying a car, I want to go where the sales reside.
Where the savings reside.
Where the savings reside.
That's where the savings
You
reside.
don't even really gotta make it into a song. I just want that.
Where the free cars reside. Where the free cars reside.
Y'all got
Everybody
them?
gonna be there.
Y'all got them out there?
Everybody out
Where
there.
they at? Because I want some of them.
Everybody gonna be there.
Where do the free cars reside?
Y'all got some of them?
It's the free ones.
Everybody gonna be there.
Some more, please. Some more, please.
So I think consensus says that we will all be happy with our resumes
Yeah.
if we were taken, but that we all except Brandon.
we're not gonna
Brandon
take-
would be okay.
It would be okay.
Okay,
I'd be all
he'd
right.
be alright.
Yeah.
But we would all be wishing that we could
Continue.
continue, or cause we don't even know what the finish look like, man.
But there's no finish.
There is no finish,
Until you can die.
Yeah.
There is no retirement, man.
You just keep going.
That's why I say the success varies, because once you get old style, you might not want to do a whole bunch of shows at a time, but you want to book something every year, maybe yo, I'm 76. I just want to play fucking old man in the Christmas show.
I'm so unorthodox because like I feel like if I was an older actor or an elder actor, I would want to work more because now I can really flex my muscle. You know what I mean? Like especially like just living with experience as an artist, and we all know what experience does to a person that is breathing life into a character. Like now I can flex that muscle like it's almost like second nature. Like now I can just turn it on and turn it off because it's just a muscle I've been working at for so long, and now that I'm older, I feel like I should flex it all the time, like almost even more because it's easier now. You know what I mean? It's easier.
I'm hoping to work when I feel like it, because what I don't want to happen, which I see happen to a lot of famous people, they work. And then by the time they get to an age where they want to try to enjoy what they have worked for, they look too old, or they on their deathbed, or they sick, or something has happened, and now they can't really enjoy really the fruits of that labor. So I want to get to a point where I can step away and just go work when I feel like it and make it some meaningful work.
I mean, you must
know
make
what I'm
some
saying?
crazy money.
Hey, that's what I'm trying to get to. And then just get in a place where I can just enjoy all the work that I've done and sit back and relax and then go out that way.
Yeah, it makes sense. I just don't see myself going out. Like I think I'm actually, when I get older, I'm actually gonna look older, so I'll actually be able to play those roles that are my age now, but I can't play because I don't look the part. August Wilson pieces. So I'm really ready to get older. Like I want to play.
Yeah, like, I'm
more
still
roles.
working, but
Like,
I'm not
need it.
working like how I'm working now. I shouldn't have to.
So do you think that you working like a lot now?
Yeah, at times, yeah.
Well, yeah.
When we went in the pandemic, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's fair.
I work a
Because I
lot.
know I was. Like, it's no question that I was. Like,
And some of the stuff
I'm
I didn't
damn
want
near
to take,
every
I
show
took
you-
because I had to. So my
Yeah.
thing is, I'm gonna continue to work till I die, but I'm not gonna work like how I'm working now. I'm not just gonna enjoy myself into several
success for you,
projects.
so the idea.
I'm going.
So is it safe to say that successfully, like doing this craft successfully, would ensure that you don't have to work a lot and you can just work at the freedom that you choose, right?
It might not necessarily be the craft,
ideal,
but
is
I
that
would-
ideal success? Because that's the goal you fighting for. So if
It's
you
one
reach
of the goals. It's a
not
goal,
success.
but I don't necessarily have to use what I'm doing in art to reach that goal.
But
You know what I'm saying?
is that not? I'm asking.
So I can
is
make
that-
money doing something
But I'm
else.
asking,
and
is that
just-
success? That's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm saying. That's not my level. That's not my limit. That's not my success. Because for me, I can.
So
I
setting
can-
a goal, reaching that goal is not success.
That's not what you just said.
Yeah, it is. I said so. If you said you just stated that, like
You said I need to be
hopefully-
able
hold on,
to be successful in my career to live the life I
Let me
want.
say it. You said your idea is that when you got older, you would do less work. You would just do the work that you choose. That's a goal you setting because you was like, hopefully, I don't have to work as hard as I'm working now, right? So that's a goal. So ideally, when you get older, you will work less, right? So is that an ideal? Is that not like reaching success? Because you're working hard now, grinding, so therefore you can reach the goal of only working when you choose to. Like you have the freedom to do that. So is that success or not?
I mean, it's one level of success, like we talked about, but it's not like my final level of success.
That wasn't my question. I didn't ask
I mean,
what
you
the final
said
level was.
I
said,
would
is
have,
it
but
success
your original
or not?
question was I would have to be successful in my career to end up living the life that I want. And I was like, I don't need to find success in my career to have a life where I choose to do what shows I want. I can get rich in this area of life and still continue to do the shows that I want.
But I don't
That's what
think
I'm
I
saying.
asked that. I was just asking, like,
I mean, the
is
initial
it-
question,
is it
that's where it was.
successful or not? Like,
That's where your question went to, and yeah, for me, that's a level of success.
all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, success, baby. It's not on your own level. It's on your own terms,
It
to be
is.
honest.
It
Like,
is on your own term. But that's why I asked, like, is that success or not? Like, if that's your goal and that's a goal you set forth, just reaching that goal mean it's success or not? Because, I mean, it don't gotta be. Like, that could just be another foothold or stepping stone. Like, it don't really gotta be, like, the whole accumulation of
I mean, for me, any
If you-
artist that gets to choose the work they do, that's a level of success. That's not probably your most highest point of success. So that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't look
Yeah,
at
it's a
like
level of
this
success.
is a like we talking about, like it's almost like a not a one level entity, but a higher level than that. You know what I mean? Like being able to choose the work I want to do. That's a thing that I want. Like you could call that success, but I call it just a stepping stone into my success. You know, because even if I get everything I want, that don't mean I'm gonna be that good at it. I could be
Some
bad
people,
at
for
it.
me, that was a level of
I
success.
could suck. I
For
could
me to be able to choose what I wanted to work and not just have to go do this gig or have to do this job because I need this money to take care of this, and that, then
I need to do it because I want to. Like
that's what
but
I'm saying.
also
That's,
want the money.
that's a level
But I
of
also want
success
the
for
money.
everybody. They
so
don't
it's
just
more of a want than a need.
they don't just come into the game getting to do everything they want. Like I didn't want to start off my theater career doing a children's show, but I had to get my foot in the door to get in the game, you know, and that was just my entryway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so for me, my level of success at that time was getting to the main stage. You see what I'm saying?
I
And
feel
so-
different because I like at that moment.
And I was like, fuck it, cool, I ain't gotta do children's shows no more. And so I was able to get myself to a level where I could say no to doing children's shows because I had reached a point of success where I was like, I ain't gotta, unless I want to go back and do a children's show, maybe if my son is born or something, but other than that, I have no desire to continue to do children's shows. And now I've reached a point in my money level and in my theater career where I don't have to do that. So that's a success to me.
I would do it. Like this is being able to do the art. Like but
That's
like I think
right,
this
yeah.
is that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
This is super subjective. Like this is a super subjective conversation. Like just being able to do the art. Like, yeah, I started in children's theater. And children's theater is hard. And adult theater is where I like to find myself doing more. Like that's what I want to do. Like I call it adult theater and children. Like I want to do adult theater. I want to be able to cuss. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to have,
Be an adult,
have
be
a
your
sex
age.
scene, a kissing scene or something. You know what I mean? I don't want to be a frog every day for an hour. You know
Be
what I mean?
human.
Oh yeah, be a human because you never really are human in children's theater.
Even if you are human.
Some type of thing. You're gonna be a thing. You're gonna be some kind of thing, that's for sure. But you know what I mean? So like I don't think that it changed. Like there is a part of me like, oh no, I don't want to do children's theater anymore. But that's because of the grind. Like it ain't got nothing to do with like the level or plateau I think I reached. It's just like I don't want to do the grind of children's theater because it's a hard grind. You know what I mean? It's very over extenuating of the body, especially the facial expressions, like the time period you have to perform the show. Like that shit hard. And I'm like, I don't like not it will never be about I can or can't do it because of a level I'm on. It's just damn, do I really want to give up that effort right now? Do I really want to give that effort? Because it's a grind.
But that's your level
whether
of
you're gonna
success,
do
though.
it once or twice. Like,
That's
you
your
gotta
level of
figure that
success,
out.
though. There's
Yeah.
some people that can't
Being
like
able
you
to
say,
do the work.
They
Like if
gotta
somebody
do it.
gonna call me to do some work, and I'm like, yes, like that's like call me to do the work, and I'll decide after that.
Yeah,
But
you
the
call
fact
me
that
to do
you
it, then
can
I'ma tell
still
you
call
no.
me and do the work,
And
I'm
for
gonna
me, that's what happened. Like they would call me to do them shows, and it was a point in my life where I had to say yes,
yeah.
because I'd be
Yeah.
dumbass
And-
to
or
say no, knowing my
Knowing I
financial
need
situation.
exactly,
all
and
that.
that's a thing.
And
too.
then
That's a
I
real thing
grew
as an artist.
to a point where they started to call, and I was like, well, I do have this I'm doing now, and I got this I'm
Call
doing
it
now.
show people
I don't
money.
necessarily.
Show people money, okay?
And so I got to a point that, and so that for me is like different levels
Yeah.
of success. And that's why it's just different, everybody. And some people, and then there's times where I reached back all the way up to main stage and had to go back down to children's theater because they made that phone call at a time that needed that money. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Like,
And
you know,
I just like where I've grown to now, where I do have a choice, or I've gotten in a mindset, because we try and get out of that mindset of which the pandemic helped us with, of every May, June, July,
Yeah.
where we gonna audition, where we gonna work next
Yeah.
year, where we gonna work next year,
now
where
we
we
can
gonna
do
work.
shows all year, but let me segue into this. So, what do you think is gonna happen to theater? I'll try to keep it basic. Like here in Houston, when the pandemic is over, like, is the virtual going to like continue and bleed over? Or like, is it going to fade out and everybody just gonna get back to the regularly scheduled program?
I mean, it's
I
gonna go
think
back
people
to
gonna
regular.
try hard as hell to get back to regularly scheduled program.
I know
And they
equity
gonna
and SAG
keep
gonna want to get back to
essence
regular.
of the virtual shit.
Yeah, it's gonna get back. All the theater people want theater
full
back.
half and half.
Yeah, some gonna always film their stuff now and have it available if you wanted to see it on demand.
That's what I'm saying. I
And
think
they're
the
all
game
gonna
has
do that
changed
now.
now. Like, and as
But
a
that live
business,
audiences, that
But they're not gonna be able to
They're
they're not gonna be able to stream every show.
think
mean, it
about
depends on
it.
your relationship with the playwright.
No, that's only about the rights. That's only about the rights.
and the
That's it.
relationship with the playwright. If
rights,
the playwright has the rights.
But it's a lot of things that go into that because now you got stage actors and film actors, and they have to be agreed upon with their unions. You know what I mean? And you got all these other crew unions, like, and it's still coronavirus.
That's why I say it's gonna.
You
be
gotta
regular.
fit a lot of playing parts. But I think as theater has been, I'm not gonna say it's been needing this change, but it's been looking for this other avenue of how to produce theater that's not the normal way. And people are kind of like figuring that out now, right? So
Or they
so
forced
now-
to do it.
no, I mean,
So it's
either
out
or.
there.
But that's the thing. It's like now we know that we can produce and monetize without producing live theater. Right? Like,
I mean, you can, but
Right,
that's not
but
what
I
live
think
theater
some
is.
of them have
Man.
learned how to film what they were producing rather than, and then some theaters have learned to produce content.
the alley,
that,
the
you know what I'm
alley
saying?
theaters 1984 itself is almost like over 500,000 views.
Yeah. And see, that's the difference,
And
right?
those
The
are-
next
and those-
theater
and those
is
are people
going
who
to be
bought to see the show.
to virtual.
They bought to see the
1984.
show. It's not on YouTube. No. Tom, it's not. It's not on YouTube. It's not like you can go and just watch it. Like we can put it up right now. Like these are paid people who paid to still see a theater show.
Yeah,
And that is a whole nother avenue. And think about how much easier that is.
but that's not
As
what you
a-
asked.
No,
you asked was the theater's gonna go back to normal when the pandemic is over.
And I'm saying why I don't
Yes.
think that they are. I'm
they
saying why I
want to
don't
do it
think
now,
they
they can't. That's what they want. They want to do it now,
but they also realize
I don't think all of them had figured out how to make the
All of
money
them-
they was making before
What?
off of
They
what they're doing
wasn't.
now.
They need
because
people in the house.
everything still got to deal with the budget.
That's
They
what
ain't
I'm
got the
saying.
money to get the equipment to do the things.
That's
But
why it's going back to normal. I
I
think.
don't know, man.
Now, some theaters like the Alley Theater that got bread gonna be able to do both.
They
things,
about to
but
record
everything
your
on is
show.
not.
They about to record your show, and I promise you,
And
that
there's
show,
no live
that show is
audience.
gonna be good.
It is.
You're right. Ain't no live audience, and it's gonna be good, and it's gonna get broadcasted out, and it's going to make money.
Now, ask.
Now you have
Now the question
monetized,
is,
and now you have a whole nother avenue
you're not
of
gonna
making
make
theater.
more money
Than you
than
was
the
making
ensemble
when-
with the people in the seats. They're not. Ain't that many people watching all of those shows virtually? This is-
I'm selling
this is not the
50, you
Alley,
selling
bro.
$50 to $60, $70
Like, you gotta
thing.
realize
beg
that
to
dynamic
You
is-
selling that subscription for what?
I beg to differ, because I think a lot more people are buying it, man. Like a lot more people are streaming because this is it.
They said that
Movies
They
are
said
coming
that.
out in theaters
The
and
movie
being
is set
streamed
up
on
for that
HBO
market.
Max.
Theater's not set up for that
The
market.
movies are being streamed.
Theater
on
is
HBO.
building that
And they're not
market
getting
as
no
we speak.
play. These people then put all these films out on these outlets, these little media outlets, and nobody's watching them.
And I've seen them when they perform live and when they do them live. I think the market is being built for this virtual theater world. Right now, they're trying to build the market. That's why they're offering these things for free right now. Like Christmas Carol is
I don't
for free
know.
right now.
Well,
Christmas Carol is
Christmas Carol
free.
is.
Most of all the
Christmas
Christmas and all and the
That's right.
panto that stages is doing, that's free. Like most of
they
everyone,
gotta
everybody
get the
putting it out
audience. They're not
is
getting
free
bread and having
right
to
now.
pay for these
And so
rights
they're
and
trying to
still get the
build
bread.
the numbers to actually have a market here. So when we do put stuff here, we know at least this many people are gonna come watch it because we built this market. But right now, I don't think that any theater can just be like, we set on this virtual shit and can run our theater off of that. I think a lot of them are really trying to get back into this live model, and they're gonna keep the virtual component.
As long as they have
Some of their virtual, some theaters.
I think it's gonna be a lot.
only theaters with money, Brandon.
It
Theaters
would
with
be
money.
you right, and it's easier
It's
to
not that many.
produce. No, supply and demand. It's easier to produce more streaming shows and produce less live shows and still make a substantial amount
You're
of money.
not gonna make the same
I
amount
don't
of
believe
money,
that, man. I
bro.
don't believe
Not
that,
right now,
man.
these theaters.
You're not.
future is now.
If I
Allie was
order-
bringing it
if
future
I
is
order this-
now.
If I order
Don't
this
listen
play,
to these fools.
and I see it
The
one
future
time,
is
I'm
now.
not ordering this shit again. But I've seen people that come to the stage and watch my shit 4 or 5 times. Like, it's my 4th, 5th time seeing it, and I pay that. They're not doing that virtually.
Then what the theater world got to deal with is the bootlegging shit that the movie world had to deal with.
With SAG and
there you
X,
go.
we're having a whole
You
argument
got the
now.
screen, they
Everyone-
got screen recorded the stream. I'm gonna send that home to you right now.
Hey, so but what I'm saying,
Nah, I know. I see.
I think
I
the
see what
future,
you're saying.
the future is happening, and we're watching it play out live right now. And I do think that the future of theater is going to be streamed. I do believe that.
Then I don't
And
think it's theater.
It's not theater anymore, bro.
I mean,
Theater has to mean a live
Live
performance.
So let me ask you
It
this.
has
So,
to stay
so
in that realm.
if coronavirus wasn't a obstacle right now,
We'd be in theater.
and we were in the theater recording it live, is that not basically like film television?
They only
The
that
theater, the
record.
theater happened. The theater
That's
happened.
Martin. That's
No,
the
theater.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Theater happened for all the people that were in the building at that time and the people that were on stage. Once you watch it on TV, it's not theater anymore.
So it's not
No,
basic.
No.
So
Theater is a live
No,
performance.
that's what I'm saying. Those people, if that show was recorded and shown live and streamed or shown live, because that's the word now.
you're not gonna do it live.
What? Why would you not? They did Martin live every day. They did the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air live.
They did it
every
in
day.
front of a live audience.
Is that?
They edited it after
Bro,
that.
what are you talking about? You're not even hearing what you're saying.
What are you saying? A live art? That's live.
But it
When
wasn't
the
shot
audience-
live.
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
No, that means they
You
just
did the show.
recorded the show in front of a live audience. They were still saying, cut,
it's for
move
TV.
over here,
You're
do
moving back
action.
to theater.
Okay, so
Brandon, bro, have you seen
maybe
the
y'all can
thing?
listen. Maybe y'all can listen. If you do a show live with a live audience. Are y'all niggas not listening to me?
If I'm
the
watching it
question.
via stream,
that's what I'm asking.
if I'm
you
watching
watch a live
via
show
stream,
with a live
I'm gonna get
audience,
one audience to watch that show and they're never gonna see it again. They're not gonna buy it anymore. You talking about the
This
money?
is what
for
I'm
the
saying. I
theater.
know what you're saying.
Like,
to
what are
me,
you
that's
talking
not
about?
theater. To me, theater is the live thing that's happening for the
You have a
people.
live audience.
I understand. You're saying
and
a
you
live
are
audience
watching it live
on a stream.
Basically,
But
church.
if you're not,
right?
for
It's
me,
church.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
You're
not
either
live.
in the building,
You're in church
you're
right
either
now.
in the building or you watch church today. That's what I'm saying. I can't say I went to church. That's why I never say I went to church if I watched it on,
Well, yeah,
on
you ain't
stream.
there now.
You know what I'm saying? But if I went to church, that's a live event. So if I went to the theater, if I experienced some theater, I experienced something live. If I watched that live event happening while it happened at a TV somewhere, that's not theater.
That's like you watching at a concert, watching a film and a dude watching him.
To
with
me,
his phone
that's not
instead of watching.
So even with the live audience, that's still not
if it's-
theater.
not if it's
So the
broadcast.
people who are doing it, no. The people who are doing it as us actors in front of a live audience while it's being streamed live, that's not theater.
It's theater for the audience
That's
that's there.
in the building.
Not the
That's
people who
the
are
theater.
watching it live.
It's
No.
not. It's not live.
Just like our show.
It's a broadcast.
We do a show live every Monday.
I don't understand
right?
what you're not
So the
understanding.
people, if
And
we
it's
have
live to the two
and
people.
we have real
Live to
computer,
them two.
digital audience,
Stream to everybody else.
so that's not the same thing.
No.
No.
Live is live, correct?
Live is live.
Live is theater. We're talking about theater.
Theater.
Theater. Where that comes from. That's
a live
performing live.
audience.
That means it's an exchange of live energy.
What are
from
y'all
everyone that's
missing?
in here?
There is
You
a
can't
live
have an
audience.
exchange of energy with somebody that's
That's
a
streaming.
1,000 miles
That's
from you
streaming
watching.
it.
Their energy is not in that building.
I'm not
with you.
feeling their energy.
So if you act in
I'm
front of
acting for
a
these
live
people.
audience,
I'm acting for these people, not
I'm
the
gonna try to
people
break it
that's.
down. I'm gonna try to break it down.
Bro, you
I'm
done
gonna
broke it
try to
down 20
I'm
times.
gonna
We
try
done
to
said
do
the
it
same
again.
thing 50 million times.
Well, let's
You're not
try one more
understanding.
time. Let's try
move
one more
on.
time.
Agree to disagree. Because you're not, like
That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
like you're the only one that makes sense to everybody else. Is like, Brandon, what are you
Makes
talking
no
about?
sense.
Everybody got the
I understand what you say. You can watch a live event from your home. Yes.
In front of a live audience.
In front of a live
As an
audience.
actor,
Yes.
that's not theater.
The theater for me
It's
is
a live audience, and you got a camera in the back, and it's recording you, and everybody else that's sitting at home is watching you live too. While you have a live audience,
But
That
you
is
are
not live.
performing for that
is
audience that's
streaming.
in that room with you.
That is streaming.
You're not
That is
performing for the
via
people. You're not gonna be looking at the
media.
camera like this is for you at home, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Person to person. That's what theater is. Live performance with people to people.
So that's not.
If it's streaming and the people that are there watching it live,
So the people that are there,
Let me
they
finish.
get in theater,
yes, they get in theater. What
but
she
the people
said
at home not.
are getting streams.
They are watching theater.
They're watching theater. It's not. They're not in the theater experiencing it live. They're watching.
And you can't say
somebody
those are
do
the
it
two
live.
same feelings.
And it's not the
watching
same feeling.
something happen live and actually being there.
With a live audience, though.
I'm saying, listen to my question. Is it the same thing to watch something with a live audience
No.
and then
No.
actually be
It's not
in
the
that
same
live
thing.
audience?
It's not the same thing. It's not.
That's for me. That's the difference of theater. 'Cause
And he know that shit. He's being devil's advocate right now.
Nah,
Fuck
nah,
outta
I'm
here.
for real.
Fuck out of here. He know
Maybe
goddamn
you
streaming
fuck outta
and
here.
watching his computer.
No,
It's
it's
not
not.
fucking. It's live.
everybody get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Fact.
We hope y'all enjoyed tonight.
For real.
And before you leave, if you enjoyed what we talked about tonight, if you enjoyed what we do, if you enjoyed what you see each and every Monday that we do this, don't be afraid to hit that cash out.
Hey.
Hit that cash out.
Okay.
Hit that cash out. You better hit that cash out. Hit that cash out.
Hit that one.
Hit that cash out.
Hit that one.
Hit that cash out. Hit that cash out.
Hit the cash out. Hit the cash out.
Hit the cash out.
Hit the cash out. Hit the cash out.
If you live where the money reside, hit that cash out. Live where the money reside, hit that cash out.
You better money reside. You better cash out. You better money reside. You better cash out. You better money reside. Hit that cash day. Yeah, with the money, get the cash app. You know you see that cash app, don't you ignore it. You know you see that cash app, don't you ignore it. You know you see that cash app, don't you ignore it. You don't you ignore it. You better ignore it. Gotta hit that. You better hit that. Or you can donate. You can donate. You get some tax deductible shit going on. You can donate. You can count it on your taxes. Taxes. When you donate. When you donate. Get a tax break. Get a tax break. You can get a donate. Get a tax break. If you donate. Get a tax break. If you donate. Get a tax break. It's the corner, y'all. It's the corner, y'all. Get that cash app and give to the motherfucking corner, y'all. You know what to do. We thank y'all for tuning in, man. Thank y'all. Know what it is. Meet us on the corner, same time, same place, every day. Actors Quarantine Corner. Every Monday, 9 p.m. Y'all know what it is. I hope this not gang up. Boom! Bang, bang, bang. Gang, gang. Thank you, y'all. AQC every Monday. You know what it is. Yeah.